let's start with, like you said, Journey Back to Oz. This was the animated sequel from Dorothy's Adventures in Oz. It was directed by Hal Sutherland, who had done work on Disney's Peter Pan. He had done work on Snow White. So quite a resume right there. Um, I'm gonna start off with some of the high notes here. Animation's gorgeous. The animation actually like rules in this movie. It looks really good.
Yeah.
For what was it? 1973, you said?
1972. Agreed. Animation's great. It's a total Saturday morning cartoon feel, and it really, I think it's probably the best overall of the three that we're going to talk about today, as just as an overall movie goes. Um, and I think, with how the Oz universe is, and with this particular story, right, being like a follow up to the Wizard of Oz, it's kind of an interesting way to tell this second story based on the Marvelous Land of Oz book. There's something about like the follow up being animated that makes it easier to digest too, with like what's going on in the world they're building. If you follow up here with the Return to Oz, which is a live action kind of follow up, there's some similarities and differences which we'll get to, but yeah, overall the animation is cool in like a refreshing way to view the world rather than the live action stuff that's primarily out there.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really great point. I mean, like The Wizard of Oz in 19, I keep screwing this up. I think it's 1939. When it came out, it was a technical marvel, right?
Mhm.
For what they were doing, and like to this day, like it holds up in so many ways. Um, but I think transitioning into an animated universe, I think that actually works really well for what Oz is, like a very fantastical place. So taking advantage of like the animated medium, I think that was brilliant, right? There's a sin in animation where you can tell when the budget is not all there because characters are just standing still unnaturally as they're speaking, and that is never happening in this movie. People are always moving all the time, and I think that's so fun and captivating because it gives so much more personality to the characters, and that's just something that comes across much better in animation than it ever will in like live action, right? Especially with some of the more fantastical creatures that we come across in Oz. That being said, I if I never hear the sound of an elephant again, I would die happy. This movie takes the sounds of elephants and abuses your ears with them for like 50 minutes. I am referring to the green elephants that are antagonist summons in order to invade Oz. Green elephants are apparently a devastating magical force in Oz, and they are always screaming. They're always screaming their elephant noises as loud as they can, and I hate it. I've never hated elephants before this movie. This movie made me hate elephants. There is some charm to this movie. That there are
Yeah.
some genuine jokes that made me laugh. I'll get to the one that actually made me burst out laughing at the end. But yeah, the things about like how do you get rid of magical elephants? You get rid of them with magical mice. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. Like you could only get away with that in a cartoon. Like that's charming.
The other thing too that is really cool about Journey Back to Oz is Liza Minnelli, the daughter of the original Dorothy. Judy Garland is the voice of Dorothy in this follow up film.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Very cool little Easter egg, I guess, if you will, because like if you're watching it now, it feels more like an Easter egg, right? In
No,
1970,
it's a nod. It's a nod
right?
to the original film, and I'm glad you brought that up. It is wild to me how almost exactly the same Liza Minnelli's voice is to
Hmm.
Judy Garland when she
Yeah,
was like 16 or 18. I think 16. Um, when she was in the original Wizard of Oz, she sounds just like Dorothy. Honestly, that's one of the biggest highlights of the movie. It sounds just like her.
yeah,
Same cadence, same voice. It's amazing.
yeah. I think that helps like kind of ease you into it as far as it being the follow up, but it being animated instead of live action, right? There's just like almost like you said, there's like a familiarity to it,
Yeah.
and yeah, it just feels like a natural kind of continuation, um, and just really awesome, like the voice casting there, all around.
There is one more voice cast
Mhm.
that is a reference to the original movie. That was pretty cool. You're nodding, so I can tell you already know what it is. Um, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West in the original movie, she plays Dorothy's aunt in this movie, which was really cool to bring that actor in after 30 years of a career to be part of the sequel. I thought that was really cool.